My name is Alexuss Jauregui, and I am making my presentation over a recipe called Platanos con crema, or plantains with cream. And this is not my picture, by the way. I wish it was. It looks really beautiful, but no. You'll see my pictures right now. All right, so first things first, many people don't really know what plantains are. So I kind of want to go over that. So plantains originate from Southeast Asia, and many people over there cook with them. They're called cooking bananas. In Mexico, they're called plátano machos. And they're pretty much like the big brother of bananas. They're all in the same family, except plantains are a lot bigger. And they're very, very starchy. You normally do not eat them raw. They're used in a variety of ways. I was reading that some people in other countries use them to make beer. Um, what else? Of course, desserts. But mainly here in the States, people eat them fried. And just a fun fact, Uganda had the highest plantain consumption in 2015. So that's really cool. Okay, so the ingredients for this, I I like to change things up a lot, so that's why I added, like for example, here in the ingredients, it says 2 plantains, um, a third cup of oil of choice. I used coconut oil, but you know, you can use any oil that you prefer. Just keep in mind that it has a high boiling point. You can also use, I used a half a tablespoon of sweetener, which I just used sugar, but you can use maple syrup, honey, or no sugar. I also have these um, Flavor God seasonings that I love. Those are really good. An 8-ounce Mexican style cream, which is that one right there. Also, I know a lot of people on here are vegan, so especially Dr. Werkheiser. So I looked up a recipe for vegan Mexican crema. So if y'all are interested in that, I can share the link in the comments. And also you can top it with whatever topping of choice. I have here in the picture, there's chocolate donut, buttery cinnamon roll, and pumpkin pie spice because it's fall. Okay, so kitchen tools needed, a medium-sized pan. I would say one that's like a kind of like deep, because the oil is going to have like the plantains kind of not submerged, but they kind of need to be like halfway up the banana or the plantain, I mean. Some tongs, a bowl, a spoon, of course a 1/3 measuring cup, half a tablespoon, and either a rack or paper towels. It depends. I just used paper towels because I put a paper towel over the plate, so once the plantains were done, I just put them on there so they can kind of, the excess oil can just go onto the paper towel. But I mean, you're more than welcome to use a rack. Okay, so recipe. So, like I said, you place a medium pan on the burner on medium high heat, and then you add the 1/3 cup of oil to it. I used coconut oil. And you also want to make sure that your oil is hot before placing anything in it. Because if you just start putting the plantains in there, it's going to soak up a lot of excess oil, and yeah, you just don't want that. There's also, as the oil's heating up, you're going to peel the plantains and slice to preferred size. Okay, guys, so okay, like I said, I don't really follow recipes, and when I was trying to find this recipe, like everything was totally not what I remembered. So I'm the type of person that looks up memories, looks up recipes, and then just like I kind of get like a base off of that. So I just read up some of the recipes on some of the recipes, and kind of took what I remembered and kind of combined it together. So, okay, this is the part that I messed up on. So I'm just letting y'all know. I sliced up my plantains thin without realizing it until I was like done with my plantains. And yeah, you don't want to cut them thin at all. Like, you probably want to have them either about a 1/4 inch or thicker, because if you make them real thin, you're gonna end up coming out with plantain chips. You don't want that. I mean, they're delicious, don't get me wrong, but you don't want that. So you slice your plantains, and then of course, by then your oil should be hot enough. But of course, you want to test it. I've heard people of placing like a bamboo stick, a wooden bamboo stick in there, and making sure like it's hot enough. But I normally get a little bit of water. It's like the worst. You shouldn't do this. But I get like a little bit of water, and I just like sprinkle it on the oil a little bit, and if it just starts bubbling, then okay. But I mean, I don't recommend it. But I'm just saying. So once you test your oil, then you want to place the plantains in there, and then you'll hear a sizzle, which is really awesome. So you just have your plantains there, cooking until you start seeing that they get brown around the edges, and then you just flip them over, and then once that side's done, you just put them onto your plate or rack. And then while those are cooking, I suggest you start on the crema. It's super simple. So I used, for these 2 plantains, I used the whole 8 ounces of crema, but I did have leftovers. The leftovers are yummy. You can use those on pancakes or anything. Super delicious. So if you have leftovers, that's awesome. But yeah, so you just put the cream in a bowl, and then just mix in your sweetener. I just did sugar, so I did that. And then of course you want to eat these as soon as they're done, because that's when they taste the best. Super good. I love the way it tastes. It has like that banana, like, it's not sour, but it has like, I don't know, it's just like a little like a tartness, and it goes really well with the crema. And oh my gosh, it's just a match made in heaven. I love it. It's so good. But anyways, so okay, that's a recipe. And of course I have pictures here. Like I said, I sliced up my plantains. Do not do that. Do them thicker. Right here on the corner one, I'm just showing y'all that I used the coconut oil and a 1/3 cup. Then the middle picture is when the oil was already hot enough for me to put the plantains in. And of course, the last picture is the plantains in there. I had already flipped them over, so you can start seeing how they're starting to brown a little. So okay, so funny story. So you know how I said I sliced them up too thin? Okay, so this is normally, I mean, I think this is still a little too crispy, but like you kind of want them that thick. And then before I was trying to come up with what recipe to present on, I thought of this one, right? Well, I was like, did I use plantains? I mean, it's been years since I've had this recipe. My mom normally doesn't make it anymore. Um, so I was like, no, I remember it was bananas. So I did a little test, we had bananas. So right here in the top right hand corner, you can see bananas. Yeah, no. So no, it's plantains that you're supposed to use in this recipe. The bananas were a total fail. I mean, you can kind of fry up bananas, but just not in this type of recipe, like with that much oil. So yeah, don't do that. That was a fail. But right here, in the bottom right picture, you can see how the plantain is starting to kind of, the sugars are caramelizing. You can see that it's starting to brown around the edges. So that's what you want. At this point, I was like, you know what? I like them like this, but you can always cook them for a little longer. And then I've seen a lot of pictures where they kind of make them look like that top left corner picture, but I mean, it's all up to your preference. Okay, so then here is my final product. I kind of, I don't know, I like plating, so I just, drizzled some of the cream on there and stuff. And I also sprinkled some of that Flavor God uh, butter, cinnamon butter, and chocolate donut went on there. My kids loved it. They enjoyed it. The little one, I tried getting a video of him, but he was just jumping up and down, and he was like, mmm, delicious. And of course, right there in that little jar is the excess cream. Um, okay, we put a lot more cream than what is shown here. It's just so good. But like I said, it tastes best when it is like hot, like out, and you just put the crema. Oh my gosh, super good. Um, so yeah, that's my final product. And then, so why this recipe? Okay, well, my mom is originally from Tampico, Tamaulipas, Mexico, and it's been years since we last went. I would say it's been probably like 19 years. It's crazy. And I I love the atmosphere. Tampico is a port city. It's near the port. They eat a lot of seafood. They have like so many types of markets, and this is one of those recipes that I remember my grandma making when I was younger. Well, actually, not my grandma, my grandpa. Like, he would always make all this yummy food, and like that's something that's just stayed a memory. Like I could smell it, and it just brings back like really happy memories. But yeah, I remember him making these, and when he was first making them, like I would go every summer before everything got crazy, and he made these for me, and oh my gosh, it was just the best. And so that stayed with me. And then my mom would make them every now and then here. But of course, as time goes, she was working a lot and I was in school and like all that stuff. So, like I said, the last time I had these was like probably like that around that time. Well, yeah, around that time. But yeah, it's been a while. So that's why when I made this recipe, I was a little rusty. But um, if y'all have any questions, just let me know. I also have that vegan crema link if y'all are interested. I'll post them in the comments, and then yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed my presentation, and have a great day and an awesome fall. Bye guys.